guys, Sam with Art Cabinet here, and today we are going to show you a few tips on how to paint, how to mask cabinets, just some prep work and some primering, just some advice on how to prep yourself before painting. Okay, so when you're going to mask your cabinet, you want to start by grabbing your blue tape. I like to use a blue tape because it sticks better, and when you remove it, it doesn't leave any residue. I just prefer to use the blue tape on the first initial set of taping off. I like to start at the very top. I'll get the tape on, and you get it as close as you can to the edge of the cabinet carcass itself, leaving the face frame exposed. As you can see, this is pretty time consuming, trying to get it perfect. In the corner there, you want to get your fingernail in there. You don't want to just pull the whole piece of tape off and run it from one corner to the other, because the tape isn't always straight. You always want to make sure you're following the curvature of the tape as well. So this here is my masking gun. We'll put a link in the description below on where you can get one of these. You can probably find them on Amazon. I got this one from the Home Depot, and it's just a very efficient tool on masking your cabinetry. So what you want to do is you want to pull out a piece about 8 to 9 inches or so bigger than the opening itself. So I like to start on the bottom. Everyone has different ways of doing it. This is how I found to be most effective for me. So I'll open it 8 to 9 inches past the opening size of the bottom. I'll find the center point here, kind of catch it with my fingers here. Then I'll take it to where I think the center is of the cabinet. Put my finger in there, get the tape attached. Then bring the sides over. Then next, you're going to take a piece that's about the length of your cabinet height. You want to leave like 3 to 4 inches from the bottom. You're going to start from the very top, tape it there, and bring it down to the bottom. Now that that's done, you're going to take 2 little pieces of tape. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab the bottom from the center and bring it forward. And you'll see how the edges here, as I'm lifting it up, these edges fold in. So what you're going to do is you're going to run your hand up and kind of get a nice, from the corner to corner, some nice tension in there. And you're going to grab your tape and you're going to set it right there. You see how here it has a little piece that's not, connected to anything, because it just puts a little tension. That's what we want. We want that because that way we know we have a good tension from here and across there. You're going to put some tape on it there. All right, put your hand in the back, put some pressure on both sides. That way you get a good bond. If you don't have access to get inside, what I like to do is I'll put the tape on there, a little bigger piece. So with your index finger and your thumb, you'll grab and you'll pull crisscross from each other. Connected there, and it's easier to add the rest of the masking tape. Anyway, you see the time it took for this? Now imagine that in your entire kitchen. This is a huge reason of why you want someone to come paint your kitchen. They give you, an extremely high estimate. It's because a lot of the time, the masking and prepping for paint takes a very long time. So this is just kind of a way you can learn to mask it. That way you can save yourself some money in the future if you decide to repaint your kitchen. So what I have here is some Chemcraft post-catalyzed primer. This is a conversion varnish. So you want to mix the primer up, get the pigment, or whatever you want to call it, the actual primer stuff gets caught up on the bottom of the bucket. So you want to mix it for a couple minutes to get the primer back thickened and ready to go. What I have in here is the exact amount of hardener needed for the primer. I'm going to add the hardener to the primer. And now we're just going to give it a mix. See, you still got a nasty little clump Shows that we just got to keep mixing for a little bit. Now that we mixed it for a little while, we're going to grab some acetone. I have a big 5-gallon bucket. That's because, you know, go big or go home, right? And I'm just going to add a little bit to it. Mix it and then check the consistency. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick either. So this is kind of the consistency we're going for. You don't want to get it too watery because then it's going to run, it's going to leak everywhere, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. We have our spray gun. I got this from Harbor Freight. You can get just any basic spray gun from any hardware store. I'm going to use a filter just to make sure I don't get any clumps of primer in there or something. Just overall makes it a nice, easier, cleaner. Imagine spraying and then you get a fat clump and it just, you know, clogs the gun, or you get a fat blob of something on your material. It's gonna suck. Been there, done that, don't want to do that again. Now that your cabinet is primered, you're gonna let it sit for about an hour just to be safe. It has fast dry time. It's dry to the touch within like 10 minutes, but you wanna give it some extra time to fully cure. And then the next step is sand and paint.